Okay, so box number 2. This will obviously be a multi-part series because I'm not going to be able to get through all of these in a good amount of time. This might not produce as much as the last one did, but you know, who knows? All right, Dave Parker, recent inductee, very nice. So obviously 81 tops here. So maybe a Kirk Gibson will show up, or hey, Lance Parrish, excellent. Dan Quisenberry. Steve Carlton. Again, these are really in nice shape. These are pretty much, I mean, not pack fresh, but very close to, I'd say. So, yeah, not too bad. Greg Nettles, very nice. Oh, and there's some, was this the hostess, I believe? Don't remember, honestly. Someone correct me, please. But, oh, Rod Carew, awesome. Johnny Bench. Gaylord Perry. Frank Tanata-Daiquiri, J.R. Richard, Bob Forsh, Ed Halicki. Okay, and there's, oh, there we go. Some nice Hall of Famers as well. Walter Johnson, Babe Ruth, Cy Young, Lou Gehrig, excellent. Not in the greatest shape, but that's okay. It looks like they were also maybe even trimmed. We'll see. All right. What else do we find in here? Yeah, maybe we'll find a Tim Raines. That would be nice. Or a Fernando. Molitor, excellent. Yep, there we go. Speak of the devil, Fernando Valenzuela, awesome. And with this, back in the day, I seem to remember the Tony Pena Pascual Perez rookie card was very nice, along with Vance Law, obviously. So let's see what else we got. All right, 81 Fleer and 81 Donruss. Bruce Sutter. Carlton Fisk, very nice. Eckersley, Yaz, Fred Lynn, Dwight Evans, Jim Rice, Tony Perez, Andre Dawson, Gary Carter, no Tim Raines though. Bench, another bench. Another Seaver, very nice. Tommy Lasorda, Steve Garvey. Another Garvey, Sutton. And Bob Welch, third year, I believe. Another Lasorda. The Tim Flannery, I believe that's an error card. I believe that's a reverse negative, possibly. I don't know if this is the correct one or the error one. I think it's, anyways. But that, I believe, is one of those reverse negatives that Fleer was so famous for. Ozzie Smith. Joaquin Andujar. J.R. Richard, very nice. Joe Morgan. Excellent. Oh, Ricky, awesome. Fisk, Eckersley, Dwight Evans. Johnny Bench. Okay, so now we look to have some 70s football. I believe this is 75, if memory serves. 76, excuse me, 76. Let's see what we can pull out of this one. Mel Blount and Paul Krause, interception leaders. Awesome. Well, there you go. No Jay Simpson in really nice shape. Wow. Okay, that is impressive. All right. What else do we have here? Ron Yari, who I believe also is in the Football Hall of Fame, excuse me. Tatum, Jack Lambert, is that his rookie card? Second year, I think. Maybe a rookie, but I think it's his second. Another Yari. Riley Odoms. Steve Grogan, might be his rookie. Yep, it is. Tom Mack, who I believe also is a Hall of Famer. Paul Krause, for some reason, makes me feel like he is. I don't know about that. I'll put it aside just in case. Very nice. O.J. Simpson and scoring leaders with Chuck Foreman. Excellent. Bob Trumpy, obviously used to be a broadcaster back in the day. Dan Pastorini. Nice. Alan Page. Excellent. This is fun. Ed Marinero, obviously from Hill Street Blues. Third year, looked like. Charlie Taylor, another Hall of Famer. Hacksaw Reynolds had an interesting experience at his one of his Super Bowl appearances. Terry Bradshaw, and another O.J. Simpson leaders card. Bradshaw, and this I believe is a Fouts rookie card? No. I guess maybe, we'll see. But even so, if it's not, it's a very nice condition one. And there's John Hanna, who I believe also is maybe a rookie card. I don't remember for sure. Jim Hart, obviously a pretty good quarterback back in the day. Bubba Smith, very nice. Ahmad Rashad. Another Jim Hart. There's Kenny Anderson and Tarkenton. Excellent. Is this Freddie Solomon rookie card? It is indeed. Put that aside. Too Tall Jones. Rookie card or second year? I'm guessing second year, but wow. Just really nice. Really nice condition overall. Let's see what this is. An NFL 1978 official schedule from the United Way. Awesome. Love seeing these things from back in the day. And obviously remember the United Way specifically for obviously I know they have a big affiliation with the NFL, but I believe they also had something to do with the Halloween bags that we used to get as kids to take with us when we were going to get candy. I believe they had something to do with that. I could be wrong. Please let me know in the comments how correct or not I am. All right, what do we got here? Record breaker, John Hadel, Craig Morton. He's been around for a while. Lamar Parrish, I believe, might be in the Hall of Fame. Could be wrong about that. I'm sure I'm skipping over some Hall of Famers as well. And my 70s Hall of Fame in the in football is not great. Not great. Jeff Van Note, Willie Lanier, Hall of Famer. Excuse me. Bob Greasy, excellent. Preston Pearson, as a rookie? No, definitely not. Chuck Foreman, Joe Theismann, very nice. Roger Staubach, also very nice. Wow. Lydell Mitchell, excellent. Blanda, not in the greatest shape. Looks like that was a little rough. Cliff Branch, rookie card, I believe. Maybe second year. Maybe it's second year. Len Dawson, excellent. Don Strock. It is fun to, well, Elsie Greenwood, very nice. It's fun to discover these cards, like in real time. Just looking at these, Drew Pearson, excuse me. Third year, second year maybe. Burt Jones. Lamar Parrish, another one. Some, let's see, Lydell Mitchell, Chuck Foreman, and Reggie Rucker on receiving leaders, excuse me. And then punting, we got a Ray Guy, obviously. Chuck Foreman, record breaker, Golden Richards, another Drew Pearson. Bob Kugenberg, I think part of the Dolphins back in the 70s. Chuck Foreman, very nice. Rayfield Wright, who I believe is also a Hall of Famer. Jack Tatum, Randy White. Don't know if that's his rookie card or not. It looks like it might be. Very nice. Hacksaw Reynolds again. All right, let's see what else we get. Looks like no, I thought it was a Bartkowski, but it is not. Roger Worley, who also is a Hall of Famer. Charlie Young, I feel like he might be, but I could be wrong about that. Riley Odoms. Chris Hamburger, also a Hall of Famer, I believe. Lynn Swan, no, not in the greatest shape. A little torn up, unfortunately. Second year, I think. Kuchenberg, another part of the Dolphins legacy, dynasty back in the day. All right, now we're back to the 78 tops for a few. Okay, I guess not. Flipping back and forth. Pastorini, Curly Culp, White Shoes Johnson, Jack Youngblood, Pat Hayden, Charlie Sanders, who I believe also is in the Hall of Fame. Another Marinero, excuse me. Another O.J. Simpson, record breaker, or excuse me, scoring leader, rushing leaders, excuse me. Ray Wersching, Jim Marshall, Hall of Famer, or if not, he had definitely 270 odd games in a row played. I remember us 277, I believe. Terry Bradshaw, Super Bowl. Another Lydell Mitchell, another Simpson. Charlie Taylor, record breaker. And please definitely do, Robert Brazil, rookie card, I believe. That looks like pretty nice. Do definitely let me know in the comments if I'm missing anyone obvious, because again, I'm not as familiar with the 70s football as I should be. But yeah, anyways, another Dawson, another Ray, first Ray guy actually. Not in great shape. Looks like his Oakland Raiders were not in great shape. The people who were collecting them, so maybe they were playing with them a little more than the other cards. All right, let's see here. Steve Grogan, that's his rookie, I think we said. Bob Greasy, another Joe Theismann. Preston Pearson, another Alan Page. Oh, Charlie Joyner, very nice. Ted Hendricks, Burt Jones, Mark Mosley, rookie maybe? No, I guess not. I'll put that aside anyways. And let's see. Lydell Mitchell again. Reggie Rucker, not in great shape. Chuck Foreman, record breaker. Otis Taylor. Mel Renfro, another Hall of Famer. Howard Twilley, I feel like I knew back in the day. Coslet. Ed Too Tall Jones. Nick Mickelmeyer, always loved that name. And I believe he had a brother as well who played. Another Dempsey, John Hanna, another one of those. Golden Richards. J.T. Thomas, who I believe was pretty good as well with the Steelers back in the day. And now we have what's looking like, let's see, some hand-cut cards, along with a Jim Palmer that's actually not cracked. Amazing. With these, you never know with these cards, not hostess, excuse me. Anyhow, but yeah, these were prone to getting cracked. I know that. All right, so here we go. This is a 78. Looks like hostess again. Willie Stargell, Pete Rose, Gaylord Perry. They look like they did a pretty good job hand cutting these, I gotta say. Johnny Bench, Joe Morgan, a little wrecked. Karl Yastrzemski, Pete Rose again. Steve Carlton with that excellent mustache. J.R. Richard, Dave Kingman. It's always interesting to see who was back in the day who was considered really good and not, and worth them doing these cards for. Keith Hernandez, because obviously they only selected a certain amount. Tom Seaver, Vida Blue. Mike Schmidt. Torres Carlton again. Seaver again. Carew. Simmons. Ron Say, one of my friend's favorite players back when we were kids. Jim Rice. This is 79 with Keith Hernandez, Lou Whitaker. Very nice. That's the first time. I don't have that. I collect him, I PC him, and I don't have that one, so that's very nice. And let's see what else. All right. Dave Parker, Steve Garvey, Pete Rose, George Brett, Johnny Bench, Carlton Fisk, Eddie Murray. Is that his first? No, 79, of course. Chambliss. Another Simmons. His Rockar. Carew. And what year is this? 76. Mickey Rivers, Bob Gritch, Fred Lynn, Boa, Joe Morgan, Reggie Jackson, Tom Seaver, Rich Gossage, Jim Hunter, Dennis Eckersley, I believe that's his rookie. Concepcion, Carl Yastrzemski, and Chet Lemon, R.I.P. He recently passed. All right. Let's see, what else do we have here? Okay, the protect your valuable cards with plastic card shields. I do not remember ever seeing this, but here's a baseball collector's set from 1983. I am not familiar with this set, so please let me know in the comments what this is from in 83 Topps. I am not familiar with this. There are 8 different sets of 5 cards apiece in the set. All right, some 83. Let's see what else we can get. If we can get something, oh, Jim Rice, very nice. Bill Madlock, some little Carlton on the leaders card. It was, I should say, nice of them to separate these out by teams. It makes looking through these a lot easier. All right, some 84 Fleer. Boy, did I buy a lot of these back in the day. Yikes. Bruce Sutter, Fred Lynn, Joe Morgan, Parrish and Boone, my guy Parrish, who I PC, and who we covered recently. Oh, well, there you go. Don Mattingly. Amazing. 84 Fleer rookie. Putting that one specially aside. Wow. Juan Samuel. There used to be a chase back in the day as well, from what I remember. And some of these sticker cards, and obviously the Topps scratch and win cards. Very nice. All right. What else are we going to get from 83 Topps here? Reggie Jackson. Steve Sachs, I remember him being quite a chase at 1.2. I think he was Rookie of the Year one year. Bruce Sutter. Keith Hernandez. Molitor, another Hernandez. Another Molitor. Simmons. No Ricky Henderson as of yet, unfortunately. No Nolan Ryan as of yet, unfortunately. And then why not a Ted Williams Sporting News All-Stars stuck in there. Very nice. Very nice. All right, let's see what this side was. Oh, well, there you go. Sam Lacey, Steve Mix, Billy Cunningham, and James Silas. I saw they were selling a Maravich of this this year. I believe it was 70, yeah, 1970 oversized cards. Or no, excuse me, my apologies. It's 77 or 76, probably 76. Very cool, very cool. All right. Some 79. 84. Here's hoping for another Mattingly. That would be nice, or a Strawberry. Be very cool. Jim Rice. And there it is. Terrell Strawberry. Incredible. Pretty nicely centered too. I'll have to check that. send that in for grading perhaps. Robin Yount. All right. Up. Reggie Jackson and Ted Simmons. Murphy, Cooper, and Rice. Awesome. This is a lot of fun. I know how much fun it is opening packs. This is like opening packs, but just taking a trip back in time for it. George Brett, very nice. Looks like 83. Yep, 83. Jack Clark. Oh, there's a Ricky. Very nice. Dale Murphy. Fred Lynn. Steve Carlton. Very nice. All-Stars. Pete Rose. Another Lynn. Jackson. There's a Henderson. Parrish. Rich Gossage with the super veteran. Some more super veterans. Lee May. Gaylor Perry. Pete Rose. Phil Necro. Suter. Fireman card. Al Oliver. Rod Carew. Yastrzemski. Garber. Tony Armas. Henderson Reigns leader card. Henderson All-Star card. Winfield. Another Winfield. Fisk. Another Fisk. Baines. Ken Herbeck. And then some more. Here we go. Lance Parrish. Quisenberry. George Brett. Let's see what else. Vaughn Hayes, I believe that was his second year, rookie maybe? He was back in the day. I remember him being kind of a chase at one moment or another. Jack Clark, Frank Robinson, manager card. Gary Carter, Al Oliver, awesome. Oh, Robin Yount, 81 Donruss. This is just a lot of fun. Just kind of like you never know what you're going to find. Kind of keep looking through, keep scrolling. Find out what we get. All right, little lull here. Willie Randolph. Oh, there we go. Steve Stone, actually, excuse me. Jim Palmer, very nice. Mookie Wilson, I believe that was his rookie or second year maybe. We're getting into the commons area here. Oh, no, there we go. George Brett, MVP. Nice. Chet Lemon again. Jim Sundberg. Our little 81 Fleer there. And then back into the 81 Donruss. Let's see what else. Mike Schmidt, excellent. Danny Ainge, rookie card, I think, for baseball. Dave Stieb, one of the greater 80s pitchers. Pete Rose and Mike Schmidt, excellent. There's some upside down. Let's flip those around. There's our hello Ron Say. Dawson, very nice. Another Ainge. Dan Ainge, not Danny Ainge. Parrish. Jack Morris, first Morris of the whole group. Alan Trammell, Manny Mota, Bert Blyleven on the Pirates, forgot about that. Another Blyleven, or as Berman used to say, be home by 11. Jim Cott. Leon Durham rookie card, I think. All right, we're near closing out this. And it looks like there's going to be some older cards in here. Yep. Okay, what do we got? Hey, Alvin Dark, 69, I believe. Jackie Hernandez. Louis Tiant, the leader card. Lee Crawford, Louis Aparicio, nice. Tom Seaver, 72, excellent. Not in great shape, but you know, still. What else? Cesar Cedeno, possibly a rookie? No, maybe not. No. Manny Mota. Tug McGraw, nice. Veda Pinson. Sal Bando. Bob Tolan. Earl Weaver, early one. I'll put that aside, even though it's way miscut. And well, we got some 65 here. No, Norm Cash, very nice. Jose Vidal. Tommy Agee, some very nice 69s. Just popping in there for those. Richie Allen, awesome. Recent Hall of Fame inductee, or named, I should say, not inducted as of yet. Tommy Aaron, Hank's little brother. Bob Gibson. Barber. Claude Osteen, who I believe was also a pitching coach for many years. And let's see, what else we got here? Oh, 74, 73, Jerry Grote. Gene Lamont, also a manager. Gil Hodges. Not in the greatest shape, unfortunately. Sandy Alomar. Earl Wilson. Red Shanedeist. Andy Messersmith. Aurelio Rodriguez, former Tiger back in the day. Lee Elia, another manager back in the day. We're about to close out on this box, which I think will be the end of the video. It's a long one, so apologies for that, but I think this is a fun one. Doug Rader, who I believe managed the Hawaii Islanders back when I was watching them. Tommy Agee, Willie Smith, Ed Kranepool, who played with the Mets forever, it seemed. Some more 68s. Ron Swoboda, Jim Fregosi. You have to forgive me if I don't pull out some rookies, but I don't know all the rookies back in this period of time. Zoilo Rosales, I would love that name. Is that Jim Cott? Checklist. Nearing the end of this box. John Hiller. Don Clendenon, who I know was on a few cards with Stargell back in the day. Hoyt Wilhelm, nice. Dal Maxfield, Dick McAuliffe, back in the day with the Tigers. All right. And, okay. John Matlack. Hey, and Johnny Bench, Billy Williams, Tony Perez to finish us off. So that was quite a box, 2 boxes. Hope you enjoyed that. I will continue to do this with a couple more videos, I think. So thanks for sticking with me, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it.